Good morning. Today's date is the 11th of March, 2023. So, let me just show you a map. Here we go. It's called the Gleason map. Yes, I've got another copy up on the wall. Yes, up there. Right, so let's get started. What possible proof can verify the flat Earth model? That's the question for this morning. So, hi, my name is David Stanley, and I manage the group on YouTube called The Spiritual Journey. I do not have a scientific background, but I do have a bachelor's degree, and I did many philosophy studies and was considered a philosopher at university level. Now, I also did a year of university master research studies for which I have credits, and I also wrote an independent spiritual doctoral thesis which I finished in 2010. Now that was read by 7 doctors, and it was said by one doctor, "This is a doctorate, why do you need another doctorate from the university?" A good question. But in reality, I do not have a university doctorate, but rather I prefer the possibility of obtaining higher education qualifications using the independent validation of experience method. I therefore bypass the cultural indoctrination system. Now, I will put a link under the video for the French VAE system, that's VAE, the validation des acquis d'expérience. Yes, how you can get qualifications using your experience and writing. Yes. Now, I did that. Normally that's done under the supervision of the university, but I did it independently, as at the time I was an English teacher. So, having done research studies with the university and my own independent studies, I feel somewhat qualified to do a flat Earth study. Now, considering the flat Earth model, the first thing to imagine, or rather to visualize, is a small sun about 51 kilometers in diameter at a height of between 10 and 70 miles. Now, you should forget everything the scientists have told you about the universe and just do your own observation and just forget what they've said for the moment. You can come back to it and do a comparison at another time. So that sun circles above the flat plane of our snow globe type Earth, as seen in the videos below. I will list those videos. The small local sun hovers parallel to the Earth's surface at all times. It moves faster whilst hovering over the Tropic of Capricorn, medium speed over the equator circle, and more slowly around the Tropic of Cancer circle, seen on the Gleason map. Yes, so there are some links below. So what we have here, let me just bring this up on the screen. Tropic of Cancer passes over Australia and goes round. The equator goes through Ecuador, yes, and the Tropic of Cancer goes quite close to England, I suppose. Yes, you can see those if you download the map for yourself. So what we conclude from all of that is the sun spirals or coils between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer over 6 months. That's 365 days a year. 365 divided by 2, that equals 182.5 concentric circles in a 6-month period. So when the sun is over the Tropic of Cancer, it rises as seen from any location in the east, and it sets from our perspective in the west. But what we are actually seeing is the sun on part of its circular path or route parallel to the Earth's surface each day. So we conclude that the sun is not a physical object, nor is the moon. They are both plasma projections into our snow globe type world. These projections are from a source in the North Pole, which is the center of all the 182.5 concentric circles of a different size. Yes, every 6 months. So that's a theory that these are projected from the north, and it's a very good theory, in fact. As you will see if you study that sort of thing. Now, as I've done, the scientific method, as I can comprehend it, is by using repeatable observation and making conclusions. And the 1st of June 2022, this is from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary on the scientific method. The scientific method is a noun, principles and procedures for the systematic pursuit of knowledge involving the recognition and formulation of a problem, the collection of data through observation and experiment, and the formulation and testing of a hypothesis. Yes. Now, those observations you can do for yourself. Although I have been videoing sun and moon movements since 2019, it is only from the 8th of June 2021 that I started videoing with the intention of proving the flat Earth theory using just the sun and moon movements. I videoed both sun and moon movements as a way of confirming these concentric circles the sun and moon travels each day. You can see all the videos of sunsets and sunrises and sun locations on my YouTube channel. A sample of the observation is in the video below, sunsets, etc., starting 22nd of September 2021 to the 8th of June 2022. And that's just a sample. There are well over 200 videos on my YouTube channel of sun movement. Now, the circles can be seen from the rise, solar noon, and set time and degrees from the website timeanddate.com, Sun UK Portsmouth, and I'll give a link to that. Now, as an example, from the Portsmouth location on the 18th of March 2023, the sun will be circling the equator. That's about the beginning of spring for Portsmouth. The date is clear, 18th of March, sunrise. Yes, so sunrise 6:12 and east 91 degrees. Solar noon will be at 12:12, that will be south 180 degrees, and the sunset at 18:13 at west 270 degrees. The day length will be 12.8 1 minute. Yes, 12 hours and 1 minute. I use this time and date because the day and night are almost exactly 12 hours on this day. The data, if we add the position of the sun over the flat Earth at midnight, clearly shows the circle, the concentric one turn part of a 6-month spiral that the sun travels. At this time, it is traveling at an average speed. Now, to be fair, one could falsely claim that the Earth globe tilts gradually over 6 months, then gradually tilts in the other direction for 6 months. However, according to the heliocentric model, the Earth is 3 million miles closer to the sun in winter than in summer for the northern hemisphere, when it is about 3 million miles further from the sun in the summer. The tiny tilt, 23.4 degrees, creating the seasons. But to the logical mind, that is complete nonsense. Now you can see the MINDSHOCK video below. It should be warmer when closer to the sun and cooler when further away from the sun. And the tilt would make little difference. Perhaps a peasant of the 5th century might swallow this as scientific truth. Yes, because the mind would be boggled, yes, but not the average educated mind of the 21st century. The Earth, as seen on this computer model, shows the Earth in an elliptic orbit around the giant sun gas ball in space. Perihelion, about 91 million miles, Aphelion, about 94 million miles. And I'll give links for this. Now, Perihelion and Aphelion in 2023. In 2023, Earth is at Perihelion on January 4th at 11:17 a.m. Eastern Time, and will be at Aphelion on July 6th at 4:06 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's don't forget, Aphelion, it's 3 million miles further from the sun, so it should be, so it should logically be colder, but that's when summer starts. Now, this year, Earth will be 91,403,000. No, sorry, yeah, 400,003. The Earth will be, excuse me, let's say 91.5 million miles away from the sun at perihelion and 94.5 million miles away from the sun at aphelion. Yes, now there's a link for that. Yes, so let me just recite the numbers. 91,403,034 miles, yes, at perihelion, and 94,506,364 miles away from the sun at aphelion. Now, I'm sure that's probably correct on a computer model, yes, but the reality will be completely different. So what is the Earth's axial tilt or obliquity? Now, this is a link on the web. It's by DSCOVR, excuse me for mispronouncing his name. When an object the size of Mars crashed into the newly formed planet Earth around 4.5 billion years ago, it knocked our planet over and left it tilted at an angle. And that's why we've got the tilt. logical. Yes. Now that is, in my mind, that's science fiction. Now, an object the size of Mars crashed into a newly formed planet Earth. Conclusion: this again is scientific nonsense. It's unprovable what happened 45,000 years ago, let alone 4.5 billion years ago. Such is a mind-boggling and googling nonsense put out by evil forces. They give us this ridiculous long number to sound credible and to confuse us. Oh yes, 4.5 billion years ago. Yeah, well, I don't buy that. Now, the heliocentric evil, because it's backward, that's why I call it evil. Logical forces, now the evil forces want to believe that when the Earth is 3 million miles from the Sun, it is warmer than when it is 3 million miles closer to the Sun. The seasons being created by a slight tilt, 23.4 degrees, of the Sun tilt. The tilt makes a difference of 1,615 kilometers or miles. This can be seen as evidence. Oh, hang on, just lost my screen. Right. So this can be seen as evident nonsense, as in the heliocentric model, the 3 million mile distance makes no difference on the Earth's temperature. Only this tilt of some 1,600 miles. Globe believers may shout, it's all because of the angle. The light rays come into Earth, but that's just nonsense upon nonsense. They're laughing at us. Yes? We are shown computer-generated images to support the heliocentric nonsense. So in fact, we have a choice to believe in CGI or in reality. So either to trust their computer-generated pictures, images, or to do our own research. And that's what I suggest people do their own research, not believe me. You can look at my videos. My videos are true to nature. Now, I've listed a number of videos that might help to understand the flat Earth concept. Now, Faking Space, Discover Images, Analyst Part 4. That's quite good. That's about the CGI they use. That's an 8.5 minute video. There are other videos. My own observations, a sample in the video below, shows sunsets, etc., starting 22nd September 2021 to 8th June 2022. Now, these are taken from reality, so I know them to be true, and they verify the flat Earth snow globe type model and the concentric circles of Sun and Moon, as seen in the videos below, because there are a number of videos. These observations are repeatable, and they can be verified according to the scientific method of observation. Yes. Now, so as seen on Wikipedia, the motionless Earth video below, or Earth's orbit. Okay, so there's a video on that, the motionless Earth. There's a 9-minute video. In fact, now the Wikipedia one, that is not a video, that's a document. Now, 9-minute video, seasons in the heliocentric model can't be explained. Yes, that's a video link. It's a 9-minute video. In modern times, Earth perihelion occurs around January 3rd and the aphelion around July 4th. July 4th? Hey, let's have some fireworks. Now, in other words, the Earth is closer to the Sun in January and further away in July. Now, there's a link to download a Gleason flat Earth map, PDF. Summarizes its extra starting 22nd of September 2021 to 8th of June, that's 2022, that's my video. 17-minute video to watch those. 5-minute video, how do sunrise and sunset work on the flat Earth? Very good video. 3.5-minute video, the sun never sets on flat Earth. And there's the flat Earth argument no one can counter. It's called MINDSHOCK podcast clips. And it's about someone who professes to be a professor of the heliocentric model, and another man who could be called a professor, who talks about the flat Earth model, and they look at the issue of this 3 million miles difference in summer and winter. Now there's an 8-minute video, the path of the moon and sun explained very well. A 6.5-minute video, do airplane windshields lower the horizon? The glass distortion, flat Earth perspective, optical illusion. Okay, there's another video. The 4-minute video, the only flat Earth proof you need. That's very, very interesting. A video seen all the way from France. Now, there's a 2.2-minute video, seasons and time zones. A 22-minute video, that's more in depth. Moon photograph expert analysis by a world famous photographer. So there's another 4-minute video. The ISS, International Space Center, or it's called Hairspray. Yes. Now there's a 1.23 hours. The global history of communications, space satellites debunked. Yes. There's a 2-minute video by Santos Bonacci, more land on a flat Earth. Yes. Now there are 3.5-minute videos, the truth about stars. Yes. As for the stars and planets above the flat plane, there's a little more. That's a little more advanced, but here's a good theory video, and it's 14.5 minutes. It's called The Solstices, Ecliptic Plane, and the Tilting Planet. But that is really quite an advanced video. Now, The Motionless Earth, that's a good video. There's a 21-minute video, 8th of June 2021. Now that's the first Eureka day. The Earth as a flat snow globe type pond. Yes. And it's called Sun Circling and First Fool on the Hill moment. Notice the comment from the level-headed researcher. Yes, on that video. That's my video. My first day of realization. Now there's an annex also to this paper. And I go over again the scientific method. Other videos cover satellites in space, the moon landing, more land, and the ISS, all fake. The use of computer generated images is used to create an illusion, as you might expect from a black musician bent on deceiving the world for world control, monetary gain, and enslavement of the population. So, Do you know about the Germans winning World War II and putting all their key people in place? It was called Operation Paperclip, as with the CIA and NASA, etc. NASA gets millions of pounds a day, or millions of dollars, all given to war criminals like Werner von Braun, who started NASA. Yes, you can look up that. Werner Magnus Maximilian Friedrich von Braun was a German and American aerospace engineer and space architect. He was a member of the Nazi Party, so obviously a very, very nice man, yes, and Allgemeine SS, he's part of the SS. Yeah. So, as well as leading figure in the development of rocket technology in Nazi Germany, yes. So he showed England a lot of his rocket technology, and later a pioneer of rocket and space technology in the United States. Now, there's a Wikipedia link to that. Yes. Now, Operation Paperclip was a secret United States intelligence program in which more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians were taken from the former Nazi Germany to the US for government deployment at the end of World War II in Europe between 1945 and 1959. So obviously what they were doing in that period was setting up their control apparatus to control the world. Operation Paperclip, yes. Now, in Job, if we look at a Bible example, because the Bible talks about flat Earth. There is hundreds of examples, but this is just one. Job 38.14. The Earth takes shape like clay under a sail. Its features stand out like those of a garment. So, shaped like clay under a sail. Yeah, a sail on paper. Yeah, which is a round sail. Now, the flat Earth theory, to my mind, is more plausible and logical than the heliocentric theory. So you can just compare the two theories. I have little proof of the size of both sun and moon. I can't measure them, but others have done so with a sextant and some maths. So it depends on which camp you're in. You'll see it in different ways. However, the size and height of the sun is just theory. There are videos on that if you want to do your own research. So imagine a small local sun about 32 miles in diameter and about 6,004 kilometers high, circling the Earth. Or the sun could be 10 miles high, as it changes position according to where one is viewing from. Yes, remember, it's not a physical object. It's a projection, according to the flat Earth theory. Now, it slowly circles the Tropic of Cancer at about 800 miles an hour and spirals to the equator, taking 91 turns or spins at the equator now. Today, traveling at about 1,000 miles an hour. If the equator is a circle of about 24,000 miles, yes, it appears in England at about 7 a.m., that's sunrise. It appears from the thickness of the atmosphere. So 12 hours later at sunset, the sun fades into the atmosphere, into the atmospheric depth of opacity, and I'll thank David Weiss for that phrase, the atmospheric deck of opacity. It doesn't go below the horizon. It's just too far away to see, and we perceive it has gone down because it is lower in the sky. And that's perception. And you check out perception videos. It continues on its circular spiral trajectory throughout the night on its circuit, and in the morning circles back to appear in the east. It makes 182.5 turns from the Tropic of Cancer circle to the Tropic of Capricorn circle, where it is traveling at about 1,250 miles an hour. Yes, but it's not a physical object. Then returns to the Tropic of Cancer, another 182.5 turns. That's a year of sunsets and sunrises. Yes, and I've videoed most of those. Some days you can't video because, well, it's not possible. There's clouds, whatever. Now, easier to explain in this video. There's a video for that. According to the flat Earth theory, and there is more than one theory, the sun being a light in the sky is most probably a light projection into our realm. Our realm is that of a torus field, according to the flat Earth theory. A torus field being an electromagnetic holographic projection from the central spiritual sun. And that's where I come in, because I manage the spiritual journey group. Now, as the small local sun projection is circling the Tropic of Capricorn in the south, its light does not extend to the most northerly parts at that time, and its throat is blocked by the distance of the atmospheric deck of opacity. Imagine a light submerged in the sea. It will only be seen from a distance in accordance with the visibility of the water. The atmosphere acts in a similar way to water. It is a medium that the light must pass through according to the visibility. It has a limit. Yes, so you have to rethink the science of this as well. The pond, yes, that's our world, contains both the water and land mass. This is considered the plane of inertia within the torus field, created by the central spiritual sun. Yes, which is in a black hole, according to at least one theory. So the pond looks like a giant wax seal for a giant envelope. Yes? Now, moon phases that debunk the heliocentric model, there's a video for that. And there are a couple of Facebook groups that would be helpful in a flat Earth study. Now, the first one I recommend is Eric Dubé's Flat Earth Society. The second one would be the Flat Earth University, but there are a lot more, especially the Flat Earth podcast, for instance, with David Weiss. There are a lot more groups that discuss the whole subject, and it's been going on for a long, long time, as you will find out if you do some research. So that's it from me today, and it's now 9:45, so I think I've been talking for quite a long time. So bye for now, and don't forget you can download the app, the map, yes, and the Flat Earth app, yes. Bye for now, and we'll leave it there.